All right, so this video is the 100 backstroke. It's the second event for me, so it's the second day of nationals. So after the 100 and all the stuff that went with that, I kind of shook that stuff off. It's a new day. And basically, I decided, okay, I've got to go fast. I've got to go out fast. I can't hold back. I've got the outside lane in lane 8. So when you look at this video, once again, courtesy of USMS Swimming, I'm going to be at the top of the screen. And, one of the things I wanted to point out with this is I wanted to make sure I hit my underwaters. So hitting 5 to 6 dolphin kicks per 25. And then I wanted to just go out, not out in 30. I just had to go fast and wanted to come back as fast as possible. The other thing I wanted to do is not be deep on the start. So we're just going to look at the start here. Got over the water, was good on that one. Did my breakout, and I got into a nice little rhythm for this first 25. So, of course, coming into the turn, I was a little nervous about being too far, but I definitely hit the turn. I got my dolphin kicks, and I started coming up. And when I came up on this first 50, I felt really good. I was like, okay, I'm not too slow, but I definitely feel a little bit comfortable. So after I came off of this turn, I looked at the clock because you can see the scoreboard right in front of you. And when I saw it, I realized, oh, I've got to go. I've got to go, 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 go. And what I decided to do is just take off. If I died, I died. But I wanted to really go after this race because I really wanted to go under 102. And now that I was in that last 25, I felt good on my turnover. I felt good on my kick. I didn't feel like I was running out of juice. I felt like, okay, I'm right where I need to be at. And when I finished, I hit a 101. This race definitely gave me my confidence back after yesterday because I almost went double O. And it was great to just not die at the 85 kind of yard mark and then have to really kind of muscle home. So I feel like my 200 backstroke definitely was in a good place for this race. And I felt like I could go out and not be on the third 50 to 200 back and kind of really be in trouble. All right, so we're going to just talk a little bit about the start. So at Masters Nationals, they use wedges that are from, I can't remember the company, I think it's Colorado Time Systems wedges, which retract. So you have to kind of lock it in place and set it up before you get in the pool. As you're in the pool and you're getting ready to grab onto the block to set yourself in the start position. So I had played around with different options, but I felt like if I had something that was low enough to my center of gravity in the pool, I wouldn't feel like I dove so high, and then I would end up having to just spend the whole race digging. So I got over the water and I was able to, hit my dolphin kicks and just get up and swim, which is what I really wanted to do in this race. I did not want to spend time underneath the water trying to say, oh, I can get to 15 meters because I did not train that way. I really trained this as a 4 to 5 dolphin kicks, get up and swim fast, get high turnover, going in on the race. Now, the other thing I noticed and the other thing I liked about this 100 backstroke is the fact of my turnover. In previous races I had swam, I really noticed that I had like kind of a turnover that was like 200 backstroke where I definitely was a little bit slower. But as I said before, when I noticed kind of my 50 split time, I was able to really pick it up and go after the race and, not feel like panicked about trying to turn over the turnover rate of my arms in order to make the time that I wanted. But that last 5 yards was probably the best turnover rate I'd ever done in the race at the end. Usually it's, kind of short and choppy, but I was able to stay long and strong that entire time. All right, so we're looking at the turns now. So when I looked at the turns on this 100 backstroke, one of the things I remembered from yesterday was just being so long because I was just looking at the wrong tee. But on backstroke, because my judgment is based on the flags, I felt really confident that I'd be able to hit the right spots in terms of the turn and get off the wall and get into my breakout as fast as possible, making sure that I wasn't too deep coming up. I wasn't coming up at like such a steep angle. So I felt really good coming off of all these walls compared to yesterday. I feel like coming up at the 15-meter mark for the opposite side was the goal. And basically hitting that every single time to me was just enough to make me feel like, okay, I'm not blowing out all of my air just to say I'm underneath the water, but I'm also not coming up right into the wash of the turn coming off of every wall. I basically was able to come up basically at the same spot every time. So it made the stroke rate and the stroke count awesome going into each lap, and especially on this last turn. Even though I was in last and even though I was out on the outside, I didn't feel like I was like dealing with a lot of the wash. And when I came up, I just felt so strong, so fast that that last 25, I just really was able to just power through right to the end. I didn't feel like I was dying because I just spent so much energy trying to fight through the wash with the turns. So similar to the 100 free, the strategy for this race was easy speed, first 25, 75 sprint. My goal was to kind of even split this 100 backstroke, trying to go out at least 30.0, 29 low, 29 high, excuse me, and then just trying to hold on to another 30 point to see if I can maybe go like double O or 59. I feel like after yesterday, this was probably the best execution of strategy in the entire meet program just because of the fact that I had that first race where I kind of got the jitters out. And now I had a nice bounce back kind of race where I was able to go a time. I didn't even expect to really break 101. I didn't want to go 102. So that's why I stayed with this kind of even pace 50s for both parts of the race. So I definitely in the future, because I want to see if I can go under a minute, would try and go out faster, maybe go out 28 high, 29 low, and see if I can come back 30 points. So that's going to take some more training and a little bit more effort to go fast and feel okay with going out fast and not dying. And that was kind of what I was afraid of because, like I said, I trained for the 200 backstroke. And using the 200 backstroke, I really just kind of not so much cruise that first 100, but I definitely easy speed the first 100. And then I really dig in on the last 100. So I didn't want to let that kind of overshadow what we were